What is going on, guys? Brando Commando here, back with another video. And today is basically gonna be my first magic guided series for classes. Uh, Originally it was gonna be the bard, but I ended up kind of going away from that just because of the as a first magic class, like farming and simplicity. I didn't want to get into the bard, just kind of a complex class. So I wanted to like a good simple all around class, and I thought that was a Dino Tamer, but which you guys seen in my last video how I talked about it. And Dino Tamer is definitely good, but I'm gonna actually be following up this video shortly after with my second class already in um, the magic classes. And this class, I honestly didn't realize it's kind of a sleeper. Um, it's an underrated class, and it can do things. It's very all around, surprisingly, and I didn't realize that. But I don't want to get sidetracked here. But yeah, it'll be followed up after this one shortly. But anyways, let's get into the Dino Tamer. Uh, Dino Tamer 2 is a good one. So let's start off. So we're talking about the build here. I'll give a general idea on the Dino Tamer 2. But to start out, subclass, you're definitely going to want to use Solarian. I feel like you always want to use Solarian now to get that extra light, since it's really important. This is the class gem, the Dino mount. Basically, once you get it, the Dino time increase the duration of the ultimate ability, which is very useful. It also increases the attack speed, and you get the acid spit projectile, which basically it's like a AoE. So very good there. Um, Pretty much this is your L1 ability. Then you have the R1 ability. Uh, Basically, you summon a little pet to help fight with you. You could basically cast that now and then, get some extra damage over time, basically from the pet. And this is the snare. Um, Basically, you want to throw this if the enemy you're fighting is gonna be there for a while. So like, I would use this on boss fights. Just throw it, and then after that, just do your basic attack. So like, you're fighting, maybe spawn a little pet, so now you have two, then you throw it, and then you just keep firing away. And you can see there, it doesn't last too long, so it's a little dot damage. I'm not sure if you actually look at the DPS, damage per second, if it's better just to like fire, or if you want to utilize this. So if you hold it, it's supposed to last a little bit longer. So hold button for larger nets that last longer. I mean, I don't know. I feel like damaging wise, like, I would say, because of how long it lasts, I would say maybe just not even use it, to be honest. Now R1 ability for sure, cast that and then just go to work. Because when I was using the net, I didn't really notice much damage difference. I think it might have been better. So I would just I'm gonna stick to just using the R1. You could do your own like little testing and see, but it's honestly hard to tell. But basically, anytime you're not able to damage and like you're waiting and it takes up time, then don't use it then, is my kind of theory, unless it's like really good. So I mean, you still could. You notice my Flask is resetting it. That's because I'm using Chronomatic emblem. So you could just be like, you could start off a fight, you know, boom, L1, R1, go to work, you're fighting. Okay, it went away, keep fighting. So you could do something like that as your rotation. But anyways, that's pretty much it. This is the like the innate ability. It just explains it. Killing an enemy caught in your snare will create meat that resets the cooldown on your Dino Buddy ability. Primary attack. Primary attack fires darts. Uh, yeah, so that's a little cool ability. It's kind of whatever, cause like I can cast my buddy and then, you know, in a couple flasks I can already like throw it again. So it's something that's not bad. Uh, so let's get into the general gear. Dino Tamer is a magic damage class, um, which is kind of like surprising. You think it'd be I guess it could go either way. I don't know. Their whole magic and physical damage is kind of stupid, but it is what it is, and we'll have it kind of sucks. But anyways, so with the Dino Tamer, it's pretty much going to be like this. So um, I actually go with movement speed, magic find, and critical damage in the bottom. This one is attack speed, magic find, and movement speed. And this one is movement speed, magic damage, critical damage. So you notice I'm only using attack speed on one item, and the other ones are critical damage. So the reasoning behind this is I am sitting at 260, right? So that's 40 below the cap. So let me just show you a quick demonstration. So when you go into your Dino mount, your class gem ability, which is your L1, uh, you're gonna gain some attack speed. Now on top of that, I'm using Berserk Battler, which I pretty much always use it, and it increases attack speed and light. So basically, and it's very easy to activate. I'll show you right now how easy it is for me to get at that 300% marker. So like, cause I'm always gonna be in my Dino too. So boom, activate Dino. Watch. Boom, just like that. 304. It's literally like 2 shots. I'll do it again. Boom. 304. So basically for me, there's really no reason to like to have my base attack speed to be at 300, because I'm literally going to get it in like 2 or 1 shots with, I think it's like 2 shots. It might be 1. And which is like super extremely fast. So when combined with my Dino mount, which I'm always going to be on, and Berserk Battler, I'm literally going to have over the cap of attack speed. So don't waste an attack speed here. Now you have to be at where I'm at. So the bare minimum would be, so when I do it, I go to 304. So the bare minimum would be -4. So with 256, so all you need with a Dino Tamer, assuming you're using Berserk Battler, and obviously you'll always be in your Dino mount, you're gonna need 256%. Once you do that, you don't have to get attack speed anywhere. So I use critical damage for extra damage. Of course, now the banner, I'm using the Permatorch. I usually hide it because I don't like the style. If you could customize it like on PC, that'd be cool, but you can't. But anyways, basically for any banner, it's going to be light, magic damage, flask, and movement speed. For the ally, I like to use Orcheon, which to me is the best one. You get the highest light you can get from allies, the 25% magic damage, and movement speed when a nearby enemy dies. Ring. C4 ring obviously is the best. Magic damage, light, and then I use Magic Find because there's really nothing else to use for that. So just get that extra Magic Find. And now for the hidden effects, the best one to me is Mr. Chomp Chomp, which spawns a T-Rex once you go on your Dino mount. So it also I believe it also spawns the T-Rex when you're done with your Dino mount. I'll have to verify that right now. I don't pay attention to it, but to me this is the best one uh, out of the three hidden effects. But all the Dino Tamers hidden effects are like they're all like a little plus, but I think this one kind of is the best just because the T-Rexes hit harder. So it's kind of neat. You can also start it off with a fight with like all your T-Rexes activated too. So it's a little boss fighting tactic you can use. Let me figure out right now if it spawns. So boom, when I spawn it. Now let's see if I dismount. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So basically I can get 3 T-Rexes really easy. Just like that. So I could start off a boss fight like that. So pretty cool. Now for the food, this one, 300 light. This one is actually not the best anymore. And I just found that out recently. The best one is the one with 400 light. The only difference is you don't get jump, you don't get health regen, and you don't get 1 flask capacity, which is kind of minor. I mean, flask capacity is nice, but with the other one, you get 400 light, um, and you get magic or physical damage, and I believe critical damage. I can't show you here because it's not like gear and stuff where you can like view it. Food is just like there. I don't think there's no, yeah, like, because you don't even collect it. So there's like, let me see. Fishing. So it's part of the fishing is how you get it. It's related to that. Although maybe it's in crafting. Yeah, so mastery. Let me just show you. I can't display it exactly, but I can show you where you're gonna get the recipe to create it. The thing is though, is I don't know if it's practical to run these 400 light ones because they might be hard to like craft to have like a high quantity. Like with the free range electrolytic crystals, you can have like a bunch of these. Like it's easy to get them. With these 400 lights, I don't know if it's easy to get. So it's basically in the Pawn of Power, which is part of the new fishing update. And you're gonna start here and you're gonna go this way. Right here, keep going, and boom. Unlocks expert seafood recipes at the Angler's Grill. Once you get that, you have the recipe. You go to the Angler's Grill, and I can't see it. All I can see is what I have. But basically, in this category, you're gonna eventually see one with 400 light, magic damage, and critical damage. Um, but the thing is that how hard it is to craft these. So if it's hard to craft these, and they're more like a little quick temporary boost, and like maybe just like a little boss fight or high end delves, then it's not practical. Like you probably won't be using the 400 light ones that much. But I'm not sure on it. So, um, but as far as I know, with the high easy quantity, having a bunch, the 300 light ones are the ones. Okay, now let's jump to the flask and emblems. Flask, death defying for things that you might die at. Conjurer's Crucible if you want to spam your flasks and get them back for farming, speed farming, and better damage because they trigger when magic find triggers, which happens a lot. Dino Tamer, you're always going to be using Chromatic Emblem because that gets your Dino Tamer back, your mount. You're going to use Arcane Emblem, of course. I usually go into the mount Volatile Bounder, but what sucks with the Dino Tamer is you can't really utilize your mount as often as all the other classes do. So Dino Tamer loses out on that, and that kind of affects the overall speed farming ability, to be honest. Gems, it's going to be Berserk Battler or Vampirian Vanquisher. It's kind of a choice. Vampirian Vanquisher's right here. Critical hit to enemies, chance to increase movement speed and leech health. Cosmic Gems, you're going to have critical damage, magic damage, and light on both of them. That's for all of these. And then we move on to the yellow. I have my class gem. And then I have, of course, on all of the lesser gems, which are the smaller ones, it's going to be magic, damage, and critical hit. Once your critical hit starts to go over 100, you can factor in and add in some health. So you can see here, I have some maximum health here. Yeah, I got it on these three, I think, so far. So not too shabby. Okay, from the other two Empower gems, it's going to be Pyro Disc to be faster. It also does some pretty good close proximity damage. A Explosive Epilogue to add a little AoE, good for ads. And that's pretty much it. Any other thing I guess I can tell you about for the actual boosts, the little augmenting of the gems. They call it the pearls, I guess. So you see there's three little dots there, the three. For the lesser gems, it's going to be a... one second. It's going to be a 9x9. So you're going to have 9 critical damage and 9 magic damage. So got 1, 2 there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then same with the magic damage, I got 9. Lesser gems is going to be a 6x3. 6 magic and 3 critical damage. That's the best coefficiency to maximize damage. Technically, I don't have it the exact way, the perfect way. I think the perfect way literally would be like see how I have all these bunched in 3? The perfect way would be to have a 2-to-1. So I don't have it the exact perfect way, but it's very slight difference. The main thing is having that ratio. So for lesser, 9 magic, 9 critical damage, and for empowered, 6 magic and 3 critical damage. Alrighty, that pretty much is all the gear setup. Let's go on to the stats I have right now. 42,000 basically. Not max to where my physical damage classes are. Like my physical damage have a lot. They're all like fully augmented, so they're really better damage. My physical damage, but still pretty good. I can handle everything. 601k magic damage. Health is 1.7 mil. I want it to get into the mid 2 mil, mid 2 mils, like 2.5. But in order to do that, I need to get my critical hit higher, so I can eventually convert another one to health for the gems. Movement speed is now max, 135. That's pretty much the max you can go. I completely switched up my spec for the star chart, and I no longer go into light just yet. I'm going to eventually get to it, but what I focus on is maximizing movement speed, because remember what I talked about my physical damage classes? Now that I'm magic damage, it's easier to get to the full movement speed boost. So for example, In both classes, this is a good route. So I go down here, pick up that movement speed right here, pick up another movement speed. It looks like they finally fixed the star chart. It used to say 10, now it's 5, so that's the correct one. So you got pick up that movement speed, then make your way here, get that movement speed right here, and then I stop here. So the reason I stop at critical hit is because I need that. It helps factor in my stats and for more damage to use the other stuff. Then I head over here. This is where magic damage classes benefit. So magic damage, magic damage, magic damage. Then just right here, two skill points away, boom, boom, I get 8 movement speed. So now I've got all the movement speed I can from the star charts. Physical damage is pretty much, it's not worth it to go all your way to go over here because you're losing out. Like, and the physical damage chart area is like right here, so it's not good. All right, so I'm right here so far, picking up that magic damage. Eventually I'll go down here. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I'll show you guys a little gameplay. Let me finish off the stats though. Got a little sidetracked there. Critical damage is at 2,500. Let's see the other important stats. Magic fine 11,900, and the light is 10,670. So my light would be higher if I focused on it, but right now I'm going for the movement speed. But yeah, Dino Tamer. So here we go. I'll just show you each U11. I'll show you top side, and then I'll show you uplands. Alrighty. So this is basically the idea. So what sucks about the Dino Tamer is you can't utilize the volatile bounder mount, which helps like a lot of other classes farm and go faster, but you can only be on your mount. So we're making our way here. Okay, my mount just went away, but I've been using my flasks, so I'm able to get it right back. So just keep going. Pretty fast, pretty consistent, fast class. It's not like insane. So right now, my thing just went away. This would be a good time to use the volatile bounder. But other than that, you don't really have any other opportunity. Alright, that's pretty much it. It's all the same shit. Top side's pretty easy for most classes. So let's get into the uplands, which is the harder area. All right. Let's see. I showed you guys some brief gameplay earlier on my last little quick video of it. So look, you can see that. Not too bad time. And it sucks with a 5-star. Unfortunately, the Dino Tamer was not able to complete it, so I was kind of bummed at that. Just doesn't have enough boss damage. Chase this guy down. So many these enemies. A lot here. I don't know what it is, but these other little guys right here I'm shooting at, you see? the bigger guys. For whatever reason, they're like basic enemies, but yet they're like hella tanky on health. So I don't know why. They also hit hard, so I'm not sure what made the, why a game ago kind of did that. It doesn't really make sense compared to like the health literally has the same health as like a mini dungeon boss right here. It's like it doesn't make sense. Actually, it probably has less health, or I mean more health. Like that dungeon boss is like watch. Yeah, so it's like kind of the same. And all they're considered is basic enemies, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right, Oh, there we go. Oh. So yeah, Dino Tamer handles all this pretty good. Only exception right now with my stats is with these stats I struggled for the last boss wave, which is 17 for the 5-star, so it wasn't able to complete that. So yeah, it's mainly what the Dino Tamer is really good at is just the general like speed farming, basic dungeons. Delves. See, the thing why delves, it's pretty good, but what sucks is okay when you're in delves, you can use your that little block that you place on the ground when you switch modes and you hit like L1 or R1 to do this little speed boost. When you go into that mode in delves, it takes you off your dino, so that's a major like I didn't even realize that. So it kind of sucks. But yeah, so this is my first magic guide class, but what I'm about to show you on my next video of this next class, it is like I didn't realize how good and fun it is, and so I'm gonna talk about that in the next one. Actually, I'll just tell you right now, that is the Tomb Raiser. This class is really fun. I leveled it up, basically the same power rank that I have my Dino Tamer, and it's a really good class. Really fun to use. So, but yeah, Dino Tamer still a good class. There is certain things that suck about it, but this next class is really good. And after watching my guide video on it, I think you guys will like it. So, anyways, I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.